You welcome in. Movie recap. Earlier than a court docket case, lawyer Jennifer Walters breaks the fourth wall and tells the visitors about an incident a few months earlier where she and her cousin Bruce Banner have been in an automobile crash after and come across with a Segarra spacecraft. Whilst trying to get Bruce to safety, Jen changed into cross-contaminated together with his blood, causing her to transform right into a Hulk. Bruce took Jen to a secret laboratory in Mexico, wherein he educated her to manipulate her new powers. She became capable of results easily handle his training regimen, but she rejected the idea of becoming a superhero full-time. Bruce tried to stop her from leaving, and the two fought till Bruce. Reluctantly, Jen want to return to her legal career. Lower back in court docket, Jen is interrupted with the aid of superpowered influencer Titania, who violently bursts through a wall at the same time as fleeing from her own trial. Jen transforms, defeats Titania, and returns to normal to make her final argument. Jen profits public notoriety after defeating Titania and is dubbed She-Hulk. But the case is declared a mistrial after the protection efficaciously argued that her fight with Titania stimulated the jury, and she or he is fired from the district legal professional's workplace. Unable to locate other paintings, Jen is offered a role by means of opposing Suggest Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway, and rapidly accepts, bringing alongside her quality pal Nikki Ramos as her paralegal. On Jen's first day, GLK and H accomplice Holden Holloway informs her that he needs her to head up the company's new superhuman law division in paintings as She-Hulk full-time. Her first case is to represent Emil Blonsky, Abomination, at his parole listening to. Although initially reluctant due to Blonsky's past attempt to kill Bruce, Jen gets Bruce's approval and accepts the case as he departs in her Segarra spacecraft. Jen quickly learns that Blonsky apparently escaped from prison and took part in an underground combat membership. Jen confronts Blonsky, who explains that he become removed from his cell by using the sorcerer Ideal Wong, and that he lower back to jail willingly afterwards, at the same time as she tries to touch Wong. Information of her appointment as Blonsky's lawyer stirs up public controversy. Wong meets with Jen and consents to testify at Blonsky's parole listening to, at some point of which Blonsky demonstrates his ability to stay in control as the Abomination. Blonsky is released on parole, however forbidden from remodeling once more. In the meantime, Jen's former colleague Dennis Bukowski approaches the Superhuman Regulation Department for a case related to his ex-lady friend Runa, a shape-transferring light elf from New Asgard who defrauded him by impersonating Megan Thee Stallion. The case is assigned to Jen co-worker Augustus Pug Pugless, and Jen helps Pug win the case. After collaborating in a televised interview, Jen is attacked by way of the Wrecking Crew, a four-guy crook group such as the Wrecker, Piledriver, Bulldozer, and Thunderball, who are armed with stolen Asgardian production tools and were employed by using a nameless customer to thieve a pattern of her blood, but Jen is able to overpower them. Donnie Blaze, a magician at Mystic Fort who become expelled from Camertage for misusing his powers, sends a target market member named Madison King to any other dimension, in which she makes a deal with a demon before being transported to Wong's domestic. In Camertage, Wong processes Jen and asks for her help in making an instance of Blaze in order that people like him will no longer be capable of misuse the mystic arts, so they file and shape against Blaze and Mystic Castle's owner Cornelius P. Willows. In the meantime, Jen creates a profile on a dating app in the hopes of expanding her social existence, however has little success until she adjustments it into a profile for She-Hulk. Blaze by chance unleashes a swarm of demons at one and every of his indicates, but Wong and Jen ship them returned before threatening Blaze and Willows into complying with a cease and desist order. The next day, Jen learns that Titania has been freed and is filing a lawsuit against her, having trademarked the call She-Hulk. Titania has trademarked the name She-Hulk for a new line of beauty products, which angers Jen. Holloway warns Jen that she needs to address the state of affairs quick and assigns Mallory E-Book as her attorney for the case. Nikki and Pug come up with a plan to collect a superhero outfit for Jen from Luke Jacobson, a surprisingly one-of-a-kind tailor who presents clandestine services for heroes. At the same time as E-Book and Jen countersue Titania, claiming that she is illegally exploiting She-Hulk's reputation for profit. Jen is annoyed to discover that Todd Phelps, considered one of her unsuccessful dates, is also a patron at her firm. However, this facilitates her understand that she will be able to use her relationship app records to set up a beyond record of her identify as She-Hulk before Titania attempted to advantage the trademark. The use of her past date stories, Jen wins the case and establishes a tentative friendship with E-Book. Jen later acquires her new customized clothing from Jacobson. Jen is invited to be a bridesmaid at her antique pal Lulu's wedding. When she arrives, however, she is disappointed to find that Lulu desires her to present as herself, no longer She-Hulk, and saddles her with several pre-wedding ceremony responsibilities. Titania is also present as she is dating considered one of Lulu's groomsmen. Jen bonds with Josh Miller, a friend of the groom. However, Titania attacks her. Following a quick fight, Titania breaks down and storms off. Meanwhile, Ebook and Nikki work on a divorce case for a superhuman known as Mr. Immortal, who has time and again faked his dying to get out of numerous marriages. Compounding the problem, 8 of his preceding spouses all file suits against him upon learning his secret through a web video showing his powers leaked by using a website known as Intelligentsia. After resolving the case, Ebook and Nikki discover numerous demise threats directed at She-Hulk on Intelligentia's message board that is maintained via and character recognized as hulking. Somewhere else, scientists operating for Hulking's secret agent on Jen and plan every other try to thieve a blood pattern from her. Jen is going on several dates with Josh, however he disappears and apparently ghosts her once they sleep together. Whilst awaiting a textual content from him, she gets a call from Blonsky's parole officer who informs her that the inhibitor that stops Blonsky from becoming Abomination is broken and that he needs her to accompany him to Blonsky's religious retreat to check on him. Whilst the officer leaves, Manbull and Eliguilla by accident spoil her car, forcing her to stay there till it is able to be towed away. In spite of the retreat lacking net and cellular coverage, Jen continues to nervously watch for a response from Josh. She attends a group remedy session with Blonsky, Manbull, Eliguilla, Porcupine, Saracen, and one of the men from the wrecking group, where she is satisfied to delete Josh's touch information and let pass of her feelings toward him. It's Miles discovered that 3 days in advance, Josh secretly cloned Jen's phone and stole a sample of her blood on behalf of Hulking after sleeping along with her. Jen takes on a new case representing Eugene Patilio, Jump Frog, who wishes to sue Jacobson for giving him a faulty supersuit. Jacobson is represented via Matt Murdock in court docket and wins the case because of Patilio inadvertently revealing that he disobeyed Jacobson's commands for the use of the match. Afterwards, Patilio contacts Jen asking for help towards an unknown assailant. Jen arrives and battles the assailant, who she discovers to be Murdock as his superhero persona Daredevil. Murdock exhibits to Jen that Patilio kidnapped Jacobson, and the two work collectively to rescue the latter earlier than slumbering. Collectively, the next day, Jen attends the Southern California Regulation Awards Gala, where she accepts a Woman Legal Professional of the Year award, but the gala is interrupted via an Intelligentsia broadcast which smears Jen's reputation through showing footage of her in bed with Josh. Briefly dropping control, Jen goes on a rampage, destroying the gala level and trying to seize a nearby Intelligentsia member, only to be apprehended through the Department of Harm Manage. Jen is released from doc custody, however is pressured to put on an inhibitor to prevent her from remodeling, and loses her process at GLK and H. Nikki and Pug infiltrate an Intelligentsia occasion, wherein they examine that Todd is hulking and Blonsky because the Abomination is serving as a motivational speaker. Jen arrives at the occasion and confronts Todd, who injects himself with her blood and transforms into a Hulk. After Titania and Bruce abruptly seem within the ensuing fight, a confused Jen destroys her inhibitor and breaks the fourth wall another time. She reveals Todd and Blonsky were arrested. At the same time as celebrating together with her family in Murdoch, Bruce returns from Segarra with his son Scar. After regaining her task and being cleared of all charges, Jen vows to keep her paintings as a legal professional and a superhero. In a mid-credit scene, Wong breaks Blonsky out of prison and takes him to Camertage. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a nice comment like you. See you in the next video.